Hey everybody, I'm Casualty, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Diablo IV news that we've gotten over the past couple weeks. So first of all, they talk about the question that they got asked is that if Diablo IV will be bigger than D3. According to Blizzard, they say yes, because there was over 2 million people confirmed that had reached level 20 in the beta. It seems that it's going to be bigger. We also got to look at some mounts that are coming to the game. They all seem to be horses. They all have different visuals, but they mentioned that they plan to loosen up their grounded and gritty vibe as time goes on, and that all these looks are simply visual. There's no statistical advantage or additions to them at all. We also got to look at some mounted attacks. The druid switches into the bear form and slams the ground. The sorcerer turns into an ice wisp and performs an attack that way. The necromancer creates like this wave of bone spikes along the ground, and the rogue has an arrow storm looking ability, and the barbarian just does a slam attack. You know, barbarian things. Something I want to say is that it looks like these are particular dismount abilities, and we're unsure if we're going to get to access to new ones or we can choose from an assortment. We're not quite sure yet. But it seems like these are all specifically tied to that class, and you can't really change them. It's just that same thing every single time you dismount. But we're still unsure. That's just what we've seen from footage so far. Something I also want to mention is that by now we usually have a lot more detailed info. Now before we go into this fully, I understand that keeping things close to heart and having some player discovery. But usually by now we have full gameplay video like one of the later game systems. For example, by now we might have seen a full playthrough of a Nightmare Dungeon or showing off some more of the end game systems, but we've gotten like nothing really. Which is both good and bad. People like me who soak in any and all details they can, so like you can make your friends foam at the mouth from the information overload you provide them. Now I say that as a joke because I know not many people are like me and they like to discover things on their own. I never try to spoil end game or story content unless I'm prompted or asked. A quick reminder that the server slam beta is starting on the 12th of May and ends on the 14th. This is important because 1, they're wanting as many people as possible in the game to stress test the servers before the launch, and 2, for those of you who have not obtained the beta rewards, you can hop on this beta and earn those past rewards as well as new ones. Or I should say just a new one. It is a mount trophy. I misread this and thought that it was a horn used to summon a different mount, but no, it's a horn from the world boss that you tie off to your horse. It reminds me of the trophies from The Witcher that you can hang off your horse. You obtain this trophy by killing the world boss Ashava while you are level 20. This beta caps you at level 20, which is 5 levels lower than the past beta, so the world boss will be harder than it was previously. They also have mentioned that legendary drops are going to be lowered to launch levels. In the previous beta, they were elevated so people got to experience them and test out different builds and look at, these unique items, but they're going to be lowered to be more realistic, so prepare to be weaker during this beta. And a quick mention is that if you're in World Tier 2, you can drop down to World Tier 1 to make the Ashava fight a little bit easier on you. Something I also wanted to bring up is that during a Blizzard livestream coming up, they will be having a talk about monetization and more about how the Battle Pass will work. I'm fine with games these days are introducing monetization. It's just the way the gaming industry is heading these days, and it's the way it's been going. But as long as there's only cosmetic options to pass, it's fine. And as long as the free track has adequate rewards for people who don't pay for the pass. Another thing that irks me is when they really suck the fun out of the game by forcing you into these weird challenges and stuff you need to do to gain progress with the pass. I really enjoy the Sea of Thieves Season Pass. I just logged in to play and did whatever the hell I wanted, and within 2 weeks I reached level 100 of the pass, which was max level. I didn't focus any of the challenges, I just played the game and finished the pass, and that's how it should be. Because the cool thing is that when you then have that player dynamic where that person will look at the pass and go, well, I'm already max level, if I buy the pass, I can now get all these sweet rewards. It entices them with the purchase because technically they have already earned that content. They just need to purchase the pass now to access it. Okay, future casualty here. The last thing I want to talk about is that while working on this script and this video, a massive leak of cosmetic items and unique items and more, such as twist drops, leaks around the Battle Pass, how to progress on the Battle Pass, along with premium currency called Palladium, and much more, have been leaked. Now, I don't want to recover all these unique items and the cosmetics, not just because of spoilers, but because I'm unsure of the legal ramifications of showing these images and items to you all, and I'd rather not get my first cease and desist in the mail this early on. So just so you know, if you wanted to find these things, you can, but I will at least talk about these other things. Palladium is the name of the premium currency. We're unsure if you can earn this premium currency in-game, but we can see varying amounts with additional given at different intervals, so I can assume that the 2,300 Palladium is the $20 purchase bundle, and they give you 300 tacked onto it to give you some added value. We also got to look at some ears. These are PvP ears. Now, these might be trophies that drop off people you kill, sort of like dog tags in Escape from Tarkov. So on the ear, it might display the username of the person you killed, or maybe you can turn these into a vendor or sell them, something like that. I hope you're just as excited for the game's release next month, and if you are, consider subscribing and dropping a like on the video because I will be creating content for Diablo IV on this channel. Speaking of which, I already have a video for the Druid build I used during the previous beta. That video will be on the right, consider checking that out, or the other video, and I hope you all have a groovy day.